right. Good morning, everyone. So, quick note, as usual, make sure you've had plenty of water before this session. And today we're going to be using just this exercise ball. This might be a little bit more challenging than the previous sessions because we're going to be doing most of it on the floor. So a lot of pressure from the floor. If anyone feels like that's a little too painful, you can try just putting pressure on certain parts of the body we're working on today with your hand. And if you are having trouble, then you can feel free to, again, go to our YouTube page and just do these sessions we've done in the past repeatedly just to make yourself a little bit more comfortable with these exercises. So with all that said, these exercises are going to be a little bit longer today, about 45 seconds, a little bit longer than our usual 30 seconds per muscle group. So with that being said, I'm going to start my timer. I'm going to walk over to my mat, and the first thing I want to focus on is the glute muscles here. So what I want to do with that, so I'm going to place my ball right on the floor. I'm going to press my glute right onto the ball. Notice I got one leg on the floor lying down, and I got my knee up for my other leg right up here. And all I'm going to do is slide back and forth just like this. Some people can do circular motions, or you can feel free to hold down on a knot, a little leaning back, a little leaning forward, whatever works best for you. For right now, for the next 12 seconds we have left, I'm going to slide back and forth just a little bit here. Make sure you're breathing, deep breathing. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, moving over to the other side. Yep. Pressing right down on the ball with your glute. You got one leg lying down on the floor like so. And I'm going to move side to side here. I'm going to readjust my hand. Again, small circular motions might be more beneficial for you. Or you can press down and lean on one side or lean back a little bit if you'd like. This can be really challenging or even a little bit painful for some. So if you're feeling that today, then I recommend that you do some hand pressure exercises, something I've done from our first session, which you can find on YouTube. You can do that as many times as you'd like so you can get a little more comfortable with this exercise. And release. Next up, for the majority of this session, I want to lie down on the floor. So what I want to do is lie on my back. This ball is going to be placed right between my legs. And I'm going to squeeze the ball as hard as I can, right by the knee area here. So I'm going to hold in this position for about 20 seconds before I move the ball a little closer to the mid-thigh. Got about 5 more seconds here. You're just squeezing that ball as hard as you can. And let's move it down just a little bit. Knees together, feet together, squeezing as hard as you can. There's no side movements. There's no sliding the ball up and down. Just hold. Deep breath. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right. Grabbing that ball, we're going to put it behind one knee. Squeezing that ball as much as we can. If anyone feels like they need to hold it in place, that's okay. You can do that with one hand here while the other hand grabs the knee and pull your knee in towards your chest as much as you can. Squeezing the ball between your calf and your hamstring. Might not feel like a whole lot, but it is getting some knots that you might have around the knee joint. You can hold it there, or if you want to go to the midsection here, right on the hamstring and the calf, a little bit lower, try a different part of those muscle groups you can. We're going to hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. All right, grabbing that ball again and moving to the other side, again, right behind the knee. You can hold it in place if you need to, or you can grab around the knee or even the ankle. I feel like grabbing around the ankle makes it a little bit more challenging, especially when I try to pull my leg in towards my chest. This is just one of those exercises where it does not take too much effort. Just lying down on our backs, holding this position, but there is a lot of pressure between the calf and the hamstring. About halfway there, I want to move it down to the midsection of my hamstring. I'm going to hold it in place a little bit easier, just with my thumb or 2 fingers, holding the ball in place, squeezing as much as I can. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Next up, we're going to focus on the lower back. So putting that right on your left side of your lower back, lying down on the floor again. Make sure that you're on the muscle, not the bone of your lower back. Straight leg. So I've got it on my left side. So I'm going to move my left leg up and down. The palms of my hands are just on the floor, not doing anything. Resting my head on the floor, looking straight up. And as I lift this knee up, I'm pressing my lower back into the floor, or in this case, into my exercise ball. We get about 10 more seconds for this side, then we're going to move over to the other side of our lower back. Take your time, moving your leg up and down. Last one here, and release. All right, now moving that ball from one side to the other side. Lying down nice and slow. Adjust if you need to. Palms on the floor, and moving the other leg up and down. Again, as we lift our knee up towards our torso, you should be pressing your lower back into the floor or into the ball. Taking your time, make sure you're breathing, deep breathing. Got about 15 seconds left for this exercise. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Keeping the palms on the floor. And done. Next up, moving from the lower back to the upper back. Something we've done before. It's going to be right under your shoulder blade, that bottom part of your shoulder blade. We did a cross motion about a week or 2 ago. Now I'd like to do more of a snow angel figure. Resting that ball right under the shoulder blade. Again, it's never going to be on the muscle, or it's never going to be on the bone. It's going to be on the muscle. And moving your arm up and down, just like you would make a snow angel. To get a little bit more out of this exercise, what you can do is take your free hand, place it right under your head, lifting your head up just a little bit, a few inches off the floor, forcing you to round your back, opening up those muscles. Last one here. And done. Moving to the other side. Again, right under your shoulder blade, not on top of it. I'm going to immediately place my free hand under my head. And I'm going to slowly move my other arm up and down. So I got the ball on my right side. So I'm doing a snow angel motion with my right arm. I got my palm facing the ceiling. There's only a slight bend in my elbow. Really trying to focus on breathing here. For some of you at home, you might find that's a little challenging. That's normal. Last one up, last one down. Excellent. We only got 2 more exercises to go. Now I want to focus on the trap muscle. So right up here, just over your shoulder blade now. Resting down. Feel free to put your hands on the floor. And to apply more pressure, we're just going to do small bridges. Hips off the floor and on the floor. Doing those bridges is really going to help. Put as much pressure as you can tolerate onto your trap. And this is a good way for you to practice control as to how much pressure you want to apply on your traps. So obviously the higher you go, the more challenging it is. So I want you to do bridges as much as you can or as high as you can to your tolerance level. All right, moving over to the other side of the traps. Small motion here. I'm going from my left to my right. Again, palms on the floor and small bridges up. I'm feeling a difference now on this side. If you feel like you're tighter on one side than the other, again, that is common and that is something we want to fix. So if you feel like you're tighter on one side, that's the side you should be putting a little more focus on. Perhaps another 15 seconds longer than the other side, or you can just try to apply a little bit more pressure than the other side. Remember, deep breathing. 3, 2, 1. All right, last exercise. I want everyone to stay on the floor, on your back. And I want to get a little close up here to let everyone know we're going to apply pressure right under the skull, right here. It's not below here. It's right where the skull meets the neck. So lying on the floor, just like you did for your traps. Putting that pressure right under the back of your skull, palms on the floor. And all you're going to do is a slight turn with your head to the side. Right now the ball is on my left side, so I'm tilting to the left. And some of you are feeling quite a bit of pressure here, I'm sure. Just holding that position as long as you can, applying as much pressure as you can tolerate. Do not let your head leave the floor for this exercise. 3, 2, 1. Slowly turn your head back up, facing the ceiling, and then you can switch the ball from one side to the other. Finding that sweet spot right under the back of your skull, where it meets the top part of the muscle in your neck, and a slight tilt to the other side. Applying as much pressure as you can. This is our very last exercise here, so we're going to hold for another 30 seconds or so. Just focus on deep breathing, putting as much pressure as you can on that part of your neck. If anyone needs a break, slowly tilt your head back towards facing the ceiling, and then to the side again when you're ready. Holding just a little longer. And turn your head up, facing the ceiling. Release that ball, sitting up. And that is all I have for you guys today. So, hope you guys enjoyed that this morning. This was the last time, for a while anyway, we're going to be using just the exercise ball. This coming Thursday morning, we're going to have a mix of the ball and the foam roller. So if you have a foam roller at home, that's fantastic. If not, there will be some exercises with Dylan where we're going to be using the exercise ball. So don't feel like you're missing out on anything, because there will be something for everyone who's signed up for Trigger Point training. As usual, guys, make sure you drink plenty of water. Make sure you get some ice on any parts of your body that's feeling a little more sore than others. And if you are feeling like you need a little help with Trigger Point training, again, you can do a few more sessions on YouTube, or feel free to contact us for any virtual personal training so we can help you out. And if you have any questions, I will answer them in the chat shortly after this. So thank you again for your time. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you Thursday. Bye, everyone.